Welcome, please hit the subscribe button.
Have you ever felt your heart sink the moment someone walks into the room?
That instant weight on your chest when their name pops up on your phone? You're not imagining it. Welcome back to our channel. Please hit the subscription button and turn on the bell icon to help us reach another person. Your body is trying to tell you something your mind hasn't accepted yet. Some relationships aren't meant to last forever, and recognizing when to step back isn't giving up on love. It's choosing to love yourself enough to protect your peace. Today we're diving deep into 8 clear warning signals that it's time to create distance from toxic relationships, even when they involve people you once cared about deeply. These aren't random personality clashes or temporary rough patches. These are patterns that slowly erode your sense of self, your confidence, and your inner peace. Let's explore each one so you can recognize them in your own life. The first red flag is constant belittlement. This isn't always obvious yelling or direct attacks. It's often disguised as concern, humor, or keeping you grounded. When someone consistently minimizes your achievements, mocks your efforts, or treats your dreams like silly fantasies, they're not being honest, they're being destructive. You'll notice it in the subtle eye rolls when you share exciting news, the sarcastic comments that sting more than they should, and the way they somehow always find a reason why your goals aren't realistic. What makes this particularly damaging is how it conditions you to self-censor. You start sharing less about your successes, dimming your enthusiasm, and even questioning your own judgment. Real support doesn't tear you down to keep you humble. Healthy people celebrate your wins without feeling threatened by them. Second warning sign: they never take responsibility for anything. Every mistake becomes someone else's fault. Every conflict happens because you're too sensitive. Every negative outcome is due to bad luck, bad timing, or bad people, never their choices. When confronted about hurtful behavior, they'll act confused, play the victim, or accuse you of being dramatic. This creates an exhausting cycle where you end up carrying all the emotional weight of the relationship. You find yourself apologizing just to end arguments, questioning your own memory, and feeling like the relationship's success depends entirely on your flexibility and understanding. True partnership requires both people to acknowledge their mistakes and work toward solutions together. The third sign is they only reach out when they need something. Their attention feels warm and genuine only when they want your time, emotional support, money, or help with their problems. During their crisis moments, you're suddenly their favorite person. But once their storm passes, they disappear until the next emergency. You're left feeling useful but never truly valued. Pay attention to the pattern. Do they ever check on you without needing something? Do they celebrate your victories, or do they only appear when seeking comfort from their own struggles? Genuine connection involves mutual care and investment, not one-sided extraction of resources and emotional energy. Fourth, they treat your boundaries like suggestions rather than requirements. When you express discomfort or set limits, they respond with mockery, guilt trips, or complete dismissal. They'll say things like you're being too sensitive, or I was just joking, instead of respecting your clearly stated needs. This behavior reveals someone who prioritizes their convenience over your comfort. They're testing to see how much they can get away with, and every time you let boundary violations slide, you're teaching them that your limits don't actually matter. Healthy people don't question your right to feel safe and respected. They honor your boundaries without making you fight for basic dignity. The fifth warning sign is envy disguised as concern. When good things happen to you, they can't offer pure celebration. Instead, there's always a comparison to someone who has it better, a reason to doubt the opportunity, or immediate focus on their own struggles. They never say "I'm proud of you" without attaching some reminder of why you shouldn't get too excited. This envy often manifests as subtle sabotage, discouraging your ambitions, planting seeds of doubt, or even gossiping about your success behind your back. Your growth threatens the story they tell themselves about why their own life isn't progressing. You can't build a fulfilling life surrounded by people who secretly hope you stay small. Sixth, you constantly feel like you're walking on eggshells around them. Every word must be carefully calculated. Every reaction gets measured against their unpredictable moods. You find yourself rehearsing conversations in your head, analyzing their tone for hidden meanings, and suppressing your authentic thoughts to avoid setting them off. This hypervigilant state isn't sensitivity, it's survival mode. When someone's emotional instability becomes your responsibility to manage, you lose your voice, your spontaneity, and eventually your sense of self. Healthy relationships don't require you to shrink or hide who you are to keep the peace. The seventh sign involves consistent disrespect for your time and priorities. They show up late without apology, cancel plans last minute, expect you to rearrange your schedule for their convenience, and treat your commitments as negotiable while theirs remain sacred. When you express frustration, they accuse you of overthinking instead of acknowledging the impact of their behavior. Time is life itself, and someone who repeatedly wastes your time is showing exactly how little they value you. This pattern conditions you to devalue yourself, dropping your own plans to accommodate their needs while they continue living freely without considering the sacrifices you're making. The eighth and most telling sign is feeling more peaceful when you create distance.
Your nervous system doesn't.
If your mind feels calmer, your chest feels lighter, and your days flow better when you're not around someone, that's not coincidence, that's inner wisdom speaking. Peace is data. Relief is evidence. Think about your last interaction with this person. Did you leave feeling drained, tense, or unsettled? Did you need time to recover your energy afterward? These reactions reveal emotional misalignment. Healthy relationships energize you, inspire you, and leave you feeling more like yourself, not less. When someone's presence creates chaos but their absence creates clarity, the relationship is telling you everything you need to know. You might not realize how much you've been adjusting your personality, measuring your words, or limiting your joy just to maintain connection with them. The most dangerous thing you can do is ignore these signals. Many people stay in harmful relationships out of guilt, habit, or loyalty to shared history. But loyalty to your past shouldn't cost you your future. You don't owe anyone continued access to your energy if their presence consistently harms your inner world. Distance isn't punishment, it's protection. Creating space isn't cruelty, it's clarity. The people who are right for your life add stability, inspiration, and calm. They don't force you into emotional recovery mode after every interaction. Here's what this all comes down to: relationships should strengthen you, not drain you. They should bring clarity, not confusion. When people consistently cross your boundaries, minimize your feelings, take without giving, or require you to shrink to stay connected, that's not love, that's erosion. Protecting your inner world isn't selfish, it's responsible. Walking away from people who damage your peace isn't cruelty, it's maturity. It's choosing to stop negotiating your worth with those who never intended to value it properly. Your peace is speaking to you through these 8 signs. Listen to it. Choose clarity over guilt, strength over attachment, and inner peace over outdated loyalty. Remember that distance doesn't destroy real relationships, it only reveals the ones that were never genuine to begin with. Trust your instincts, honor your boundaries, and create the space you need to flourish.